Coming to you somewhere way outside of Atlanta, Georgia. It's the first annual People Choice Coon Award. Now here's your special guest host, Dixie Confederate.
Well, thank you. I am Miss Dixie Confederate. And watch us live as we walk from the red carpet. Oh my gosh. Look at all the special guests out here. I see you, Stacey Dash. Oh, I see you, Jason Whitlock. Oh my gosh. The spotlight is on you tonight. The spotlight is on you tonight. You have a platform. You guys just look so beautiful tonight. You guys just look so lovely. And tonight, my co-host, an honorary co-host, the legendary CC Fetchin.
Hey.
Hi, CC. It is so great
You're too kind.
to share this honor.
Too kind.
To shed the spotlight on our special honorary coons. The females and the males.
My granddaddy would be proud.
Yes, Stephen Fetchit would be very proud.
Yes, he would be. See, the other day I was talking to my friend, right? He was like, "You're black. You don't give back to your community." I say, "No, Bob. I buy food stamps all the time." Two slaves were sitting in the shed, and it was raining for a couple of days. And one slave told the other slave, "More rain, more rest. More rain, more rest." Then the slave master came up and snuck up behind him and said, "What you said, nigga?" He said, "More rain, more the grass grow, boss." That's what you doing, man? Give me a remote.
I really don't want to see no damn Coon Boys right now, whatever the hell it's called, child. Like, really.
Don't you really want to know who Coon is?
My friends.
Alright,
Chubby is going back to the 1970s.
Yes.
Welcome back to the first annual People's Choice Coon Award. Now I'm going to send it over to my co-host, Miss Dixie Confederate.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're so kind. What a proper black gentleman.
Thank you.
Well, tonight's episode, or tonight's honorary contributions, include those coons, male and female, who have made contributions to the African American or Negro community in a peculiar way. Thus, they gotten on Fox News and other various platforms to distinguish themselves as the most intellectual and conservative minds, but towards the benefit of the proper white people. So we just want to honor these special men and women. Tonight, we have Willie D, who is going to introduce to us and break down the meaning and definition of a coon.
Welcome to coon hunting, where every day is open season on coons. Now lately a lot of people have been using the word coon very loosely. Basically anything that you do that somebody don't agree with, they call you a coon. If you drop a piece of paper on the ground, they call you a coon. If you forget to call somebody, they call you a coon. If you drink the last of the orange juice out of the refrigerator, they call you a coon. Let me break it down for you. A coon will sell out their community for the approval of others outside of their race or financial gain. A coon is also anyone who promotes negative stereotypes about their race, especially for entertainment purposes. And here's a big one. If your criticism of your community outweigh your contribution to your community, you are a coon.
Well, Willie D really knows what a coon is.
Yes, he is. He is a coonologist, I would guess.
Yes, he's so aggressive.
I know. Sometimes with those black folks, I just think that they just need to just turn it down just a little bit to get their point across.
Yeah.
Sort of like Step and Fetch It. Well, tonight we are going to be honoring CC Fetch It, someone that is your relative.
Wow.
So this should make you very, very, very ecstatic and happy.
Wow, we've been friends for a while.
Yes, I know.
Why did you tell me?
I just had to leave this a surprise. Couldn't ruin the surprise for you and our special guests in the audience.
Oh my gosh.
So tonight, please, let's pay tribute to the original Coon that was caught on a film. The original Coon to make $1 million by cooning on the big screen. Step in, fetch it. Lincoln Theodore Monroe and Hope Perry.
Now, can you keep a secret without running all over the neighborhood and telling it? That is my fear now. I can't even walk all over the neighborhood. Well, we prayed to the Lord for help. Yeah. Now we got to do a little helping ourselves. Yeah. Now, see this note? Yeah. I want you to take it and give it to Captain Renard at police headquarters. And nobody, mind you, is to know he ever got it. Not even me? Not even you after you deliver it. And I had to shut my eyes when I give it to him. All right, get going. This is the place I'm looking for, the headquarters man.
What do you want?
You see, I ain't supposed to know what I want.
Sit down.
Yeah, excuse me. I put my head wrong. I was supposed to.
What are you nervous about?
I ain't exactly nervous. I just generally falls to pieces around polices. And it's much more worse than nervous. Captain, Your Honor.
Lieutenant and not Your Honor.
Lieutenant, not Your Honor. Well, the law generally is. I usually ain't.
Oh my gosh. That's still wonderful to this day.
Yes, it is. What did he say? The police breaks me to pieces.
The police break me to pieces.
That is just so classic.
Oh.
Well, that was Step and Fetch It as Swifty the Handyman in the movie Miracle in Harlem, which was a 1948 American film directed by Jack Kemp.
So this goes out to Step and Fetch It, a true American hero.
Yes, he paved the way for the rest of the Coons who will be honored tonight. Okay, wait a minute. Let's do a Damon dash pause. Are they really honoring this man, Step and Fetch It?
Yes, it seems like they're honoring him tonight.
Okay, well, for y'all who don't know, Step and Fetch It, his real name, Lincoln Theodore Monroe Andrew Perry, was born in 1902, died in 85. He was the first person, African American, to actually make $1 million on film by playing dumb, basically.
Yeah, very dumb.
So he was a stereotypical black character that we use today, and he was the first one who was referred as a coon or a trickster. So understand too, when we say coon, we use coon as just a big embodiment of words, because really there are several different black characters that, are specific and the type of roles and things that they play.
Pretty much.
But we're just saying cooning just to, make it easier. He was born in Key West, Florida, back in the day, like we said. And he began entertaining as a teenager and a comic character actor. So by the age of 20, he became a vaudeville artist and a manager of a traveling carnival show. He played comic relief roles after, his time with the carnival show, all based on his character known as the laziest man in the world. Y'all heard the man, how he sounded. Like, right? He was highly literate and had a concurrent career writing for the Chicago Defender. So this means that this man was really smart, but he dumbed himself down in order to appeal to white audiences and therefore earn a profit afterwards. He was
the first Negro that made money with one voice like Terrence Howard, before Terrence Howard.
Yeah, it's not make one voice. Yeah, because if you go and look at all the movies that he has, he plays the same role where he just is dumb. He act like he can't read. He's just a comic relief.
No, he says he
stopped.
can't read in this movie.
Yeah. Well,
and they have little kids to read to him.
Well, and he found himself in conflict during his career with the civil rights leaders who criticized him personally for the film roles that he portrayed. In 68, CBS aired an hour-long documentary, Black History, Lost, Stolen, or Strayed, which was written actually by Andy Rooney. And he won an Emmy Award for this. And it was narrated by Bill Cosby, which criticized the depiction of blacks in American film. And they singled out Stepin Fetchit for criticism. Perry, he tried to unsuccessfully sue the network.
Yeah.
And the documentary's producers for defamation of character. And he didn't win the lawsuit. And he has a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame, really. And in 76, the Hollywood chapter of the NAACP awarded Perry a special NAACP Image Award. And after that, he was inducted into the Black Filmmakers Hall of Fame.
Okay.
So he has a whole bunch of movies that he leaves as his legacy. He was married 3 times. He was friends actually with Muhammad Ali later on in life. Okay. And so, yeah. He suffered a stroke in 76 that ended his actor's career. And then later on, again, he died in 85 from pneumonia and heart failure. He was 83.
Dang.
So that is Mr. Stepin Fetchit.
Yeah, he was the first one to set out for money. He was like, damn how I make my people look. I want that dollar.
He wanted that dollar. And think about it, back in the early 1900s, you know, this was during the Reconstruction era. After slavery, it was tough times, you know, and I'm sure he probably thought that, hey, I can get a whole bunch of money and it would be easier for me, you know, to start, you know, and get more money than
But to his credit, he says that he made what white people want to deal with us.
That's what he said. Because he was the first person to get credits, you know, on the screen. So it's almost like what David Chappelle said. What joke did he say with the rapist? This rapist that saves.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost sort of like that. You know, me personally.
And side note, Hoodlegal does not condone any kind of rape.
Oh no, no, it was just what Dave Chappelle had said. One of his stand-up.
Chappelle.
Yes, you know, and it's almost like, you know, with Stepin Fetchit. On one hand, you know, he sold out and, you know, dumbed himself down so he could be this millionaire. And he did have to eventually declare bankruptcy.
Does that sound like any music you listen to?
Okay.
But can I go back to my show?
We could go back to the show, guys. We just had to pause. Throughout history, collaborations have been a force to be reckoned with in the media.
Batman, Robin, Kobe, Shaq, LeBron, D-Wade.
What happens when you get a whole bunch of coons collaborating on black social issues in the African American community to which they are not actively participating and involved? You get our first category of a potential recipient, or our first nominee, Charles Payne and Reverend Johnny Gentry on Black Lives Matter. Why are you not cleaning up your own community?
For the Black Lives Matter movement, come to you and say, we want to sit down, would you do it?
That's a ridiculous question. I'm going to talk to voters.
Okay, that's
a ridiculous question.
Republican presidential candidates are getting pressed on meeting with Black Lives Matterers and that movement and their officials. This coming with more presidential candidates actually feeling the heat from that protest to Minister Jonathan Gentry. Minister Gentry, the tactics of Black Lives Matter, kind of brutish, rude, disruptive. We've seen several instances with Bernie Sanders. What do you make of that, particularly as you juxtapose it against their supposed mission?
I mean, honestly, Charles, it's good to see you with the Black Lives Matter movement. My advice to every presidential candidate out there, if they want to speak with you, challenge them. Yes, I do want to talk to you. And when they do get in your presence, ask them, if Black Lives Matter, how come you ain't cleaning up your own community? Okay, before you want to talk to me, about me running any type of president seat, why are you not cleaning up your own community if Black Lives Matter? If Black Lives Matter, where are you when this stuff in foolishness is occurring? I would be, every president candidate out there should challenge them. Yes, they should meet with them and ask them, why are you not cleaning up your own community before you ask me to clean up mine?
And yet,
you understand what I'm saying, Charles?
I understand. Believe me, I understand exactly what you're saying. You're kind of preaching to the choir here. But having said that, we've seen where some Democrats have tried to say, well, all lives matter, and they've been beaten down to the point where they've had to apologize. And to me, that's so crazy. It's so nuts. And I love the idea of turning it back on. If we're talking about accountability, we always should begin with the person in the mirror.
The next nominations in the group collaboration Cooning Award is going to be presented to a special group of coons. These coons, we're talking about our former First Lady, Michelle Obama, on Sean Hannity and blasting her for the Tuskegee speech that she made during the commencement. And they are Ron Christie, Michael Myers, and Doreen Borelli.
Tonight, shocking comments from First Lady Michelle Obama while giving the commencement speech at Tuskegee University in Alabama this weekend. Now, she used the opportunity to express her own views on race and discrimination in America. Take a listen and look at this.
We've both felt the sting of those daily slights throughout our entire lives. The folks who crossed the street in fear of their safety, the clerks who kept a close eye on us in all those department stores, the people at formal events who assumed we were the help, and those who have questioned our intelligence, our honesty, even our love of this country. And I know that these little indignities are obviously nothing compared to what folks across the country are dealing with every single day. Those nagging worries that you're going to get stopped or pulled over for absolutely no reason. The fear that your job application will be overlooked because of the way your name sounds.
All right, here with reaction, author of Black Words, How Black Leadership's Returning America to the Days of Separate But Equal. Former Special Assistant to President George W. Bush, Ron Christie's with us. From the New York Civil Rights Coalition, Mike Myers, and Fox News contributors, Jamu Green and Deneen Borelli. My initial observation is it's never easy. Folks like you and me, they won't know how hard you worked, the multiple jobs you worked, how you took care of your grandma, the job applications, overlooked the sound of your name. And I'm saying Barack Hussein Obama got elected by a majority of white America.
Right.
Why is she so angry?
Listen, I see this as propaganda. Instead of her promoting how America is an exceptional country, Sean, she took that route to, play the race card and race bait. And clearly, they could tell a great story of how President Obama and Michelle, got from Chicago through their Ivy League education, their Ivy League schools, to the White House. Talk about how if I can do it, you can do it as well.
That was missing from the speech.
Yeah.
The people that look at you and you cross the street and
Right.
clerks that keep a close eye on you. I mean, it was every single solitary argument that you could...
Which racial dialogue do you know that's not angry? I mean, she sounded like Hillary Clinton in that racial dialect. I feel the pain. She sounds very much like her husband, who was me, and always focused on race. These are race people.
But
These
this
are
is
race
now happening. Her husband's now doing this with all these incidents involving the police. He's been rushing to judgment, and he's been wrong most of the time.
It is so tiresome and tiresome.
Well, Sean, as one who's a direct descendant of slaves, and we still have the slave plantation in our family to this day, I look at this and say, this is a great country. This is the First Lady of the United States. Her message should have been uplifting. She was at Tuskegee University, which has so much history in the African-American community, and it was a negative, it was a poor me speech, and I thought, what world is she living in? She just sounded so angry and so defiant.
Okay.
Pause.
Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the monkey noises, the ape noises.
They actually got someone on live TV to emulate the First Lady by making monkey noises.
Okay, first of all, I think they can win this award.
Yeah.
But Michael Myers, that's the person who did that shit. Try to guess what he is, honey.
What he is?
No, I want you to try to get. He is the president and executive director of the New York Civil Rights Coalition. Okay?
Uh-huh.
This is in New York. What are y'all doing?
Now I'm starting to understand.
Y'all got a man to go on this TV.
Gentrification now. Now I understand it.
And make monkey noises. And he is a representative on any type of civil rights, anything.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're putting people in place with the face.
Well, let me tell you just a bit about this New York Civil Rights Coalition, because I had to do my homework, right?
Yeah.
First of all, he's the executive director. And what they do, second thing, he's a lawyer too. Or he has a JD. Okay, I don't know if he took the bar or if he just graduated from law school. So he spent his entire professional career working in the fields of civil rights, civil liberties, law and education, and urban affairs, and as such is regarded as an expert, expert, on civil rights matters and race relations. He said that because he was born in Harlem, he knows firsthand the ghetto experience, which, as he puts it, contributes to the defeat of the human spirit. The only way to end the ghetto is to get out. That's what he says. Listen, this is what I'm saying. All I'm saying, to me, as an upcoming attorney, man, you are so many years older than me. For you to get up on Fox News in front of Sean Hannity and make 8 noises and reference and compare our first lady at that time to Clinton and describe her with 8 noises, that to me was just, that's all of this is nullified.
But you got Christie on it. You might win an award.
Okay.
What the hell him still owning slave houses got to do with any goddamn thing?
And that was another issue. And these are, again, coon-ass moves. Like Willie D said, it don't have to be where, you spill a glass of orange juice or whatever have you cooning. These are real issues that you need to think about. Why is people doing? Why would someone, like you said, go and say, I own a plantation that's still in my family?
If you're not contributing to the communities.
And even what type of information is that? What was the motivation behind that? Because what I see is black folks trying to get the acceptance of Sean Hannity. They look like a whole bunch of little kids in the classroom trying to wave their hand for the teacher's attention. Okay, and let's talk about Miss First Sister, Miss Deneen Borelli. She's a regular contributor to Fox News networks and been on the programs like Hannity, The O'Reilly Factor, Fox and Friends, Lou Dobbs Tonight. She's a correspondent for Conservative Review, and she's a member of Project 21, which is a network of black conservatives, which is an initiative of the National Center for Public Policy Research. Now, if you go there, what you'll notice is that all of these black quote unquote think tank people that they use on Fox are a part of this network. And they have been cited, I think they said more than 38,000 times on Fox Network.
Hey, groups, beware. I have something to say, but the groups might get me for that. But they love it when you look like a nigga.
Oh, don't say that.
They love it when you
I didn't say that.
No, let me clear it up. When your features are more ethnic. You remember it used to be more about the light skin, but now they got Negroes. Do you feel me?
Yeah, well, her husband's a Dr. Haney. You know that last name, Borelli Haney. And, I'm just saying. But at any rate.
You know what? That name sounds like it's a cop somewhere in their family.
Borelli.
Hey, Borelli.
Yeah, right.
But
the whole thing is they just totally straight up lie, because I said, well, damn. Because the clips they played, it was just all negative. I said, I know the First Lady did not go and commencement speech just being, just spewing negativity. So I had to actually pull up the speech for myself, and that is not at all what was said. Let me tell you, First Lady Michelle Obama, what she did was she did discuss the history of the school. She actually did go and explain to them what the Tuskegee Airmen had to go through, how some of them were already educated with bachelor's degrees and licenses and things of that sort, but they were still viewed as inferior. Mm-hmm. And despite the history and despite what obstacles they had to encounter, they still were able to, an inspirational speech, I think.
Well, you know, they knew a little bit more. They were supposed to be like wise boys and, you know, just little flunkies. Yeah. But they flew better than most people, and they took a lot of mutilation and mistreatment.
Yes, to be an airman. And don't even forget about the scientific studies that were conducted on them. And, you know, some of them said that black men's brains were smaller than white men's. Yeah. That black soldiers were childlike. Look at Step and Fetch It, right? Mm-hmm. Shiftless, unmoral, and untruthful. Mm-hmm. But one quote stated, it fed, loyal, and compliant.
Oh, so loyal and compliant. Yeah. All combinations of dog, huh?
But she went into the generation and the George Washington Carver, and you know some of the comments that they were saying was the shocking comments by Michelle Obama is what Hannity said, and then one other guys were like poor me speech, angry, defiant,
Chrissy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an
Why
asshole.
didn't she talk about America's great story and how she did do all of that?
Well,
so for y'all black folks to be on that platform and co-signing, and there was one lady there that, you know,
they don't really believe in that stuff. They just want the money.
Exactly. So when you talking about when you're talking about as far as the Republicans trying to but recruit black folks.
Yeah, that was like they did a conservative recruitment of black folks and found this nice conservative little powerhouse of successful black people. But that was just to try to sway the vote for the second term. And that was just a temporary function that they created, but it's continuing. The people in that group feel like they really had a purpose. Yep.
And now that Trump is, you know, president, it seems as if some of the issues that they're talking about has just exemplified.
Yeah, now they caught up in between supporting Trump now. Because they was temporarily made not to have, when I say made, like a laboratory, like scientists get together, like
they created, right?
Well, we're gonna get some Negroes in the room that's very educated and pollutant, and we're gonna tell why we're not voting for Obama the second term, and that was their sole purpose. But they, you know, like robots and everything else, they feel like they have another purpose to live on, and you know.
I guess so, and it's gotten them far, I guess.
It got them far because when you went on Trump and you're like, shit, I'm still conservative, like,
and I'm still getting money.
Yeah, getting money.
Well, let's go back to this dang on show, child. And the winner is, for the 2017 Coon People's Choice Award for Best Coon Collab is Ron Christie, Michael Myers, and Deneen Varelli.
So we live in a wonderful country. America is an exceptional country, and with that comes liberty and choices. People have the choices to make for whatever careers they want to pursue. That means our country is a colorblind society.
I'm saying that we have still, in the 21st century, racially gerrymandered election districts. So blacks don't have to compete with everybody. Just get the blacks to elect blacks. That is leading us into a blind alley.
What I do find offensive, unfortunately, is there seems to be a double standard about applying racial outrage when it deals with black Democrats as it deals with black Republicans.
Yes, we're fine people that's helping making America great again.
Yes, they are. MAGA. Make America great again.
We'll be back after this commercial break.
because I'm bold. I wear it because I'm free. I wear it because, young ladies like a handsome young man to be smelling like expensive cologne. You know what I mean? It's like woo-woo-woo. Time I wear it, they be like, hi, Tyrone. I got to keep my composure, so I just say, hi.
It. Wear it. Love it. Embrace it. It Cologne. Only available in your fine retailers everywhere, across all the cities, across all the states. By Hoodlegal. It. Wear it. Love it. Don't let it define you. It. It has character. It has value. It smells good.
I've had enough!
The law firm of Nix & Associates, LLC, is here to help you when you are in need.
Show you right.
I am here for your personal and premises injury needs, your government worker termination and discipline,
if you got fight,
business, professional, transactional, legal, and counseling services, and your select 1983 and criminal cases.
Select.
So what does this mean for you? If you were injured in a wreck, or injured on someone else's property and it was not your fault, or if you were fired or administered discipline by your government employee unjustly,
let go.
or if you're in the need of business, transactional needs, and counseling, or even advice. And select 1983 cases include allegations of police brutality, misconduct, and certain criminal charges based on the severity and the nature of the alleged offense.
Very selective.
We are a regional firm with offices in Southwest Georgia and Atlanta. If you're outside of the state of Georgia, no worries.
Don't worry.
We have an extensive network of out-of-state attorneys standing by with the same passion and dedication.
Trying to go.
I am here, and we are here to serve you and stand as proud partners with our clients and community. So call 470-231-7719. The number again is 470-231-7719 for an appointment.
Brought to you by the Bella Attorneys Association.
The law firm of Nix & Associates. Progressive legal solutions on your side. De lege ferende. Forward-thinking action about the law. Go Attorney Nix. Go Bucks. Go Bulls. USF Bulls.
Okay.
This commercial is brought to you by the law firm of Nix & Associates, LLC, attorney LaRonda R. Nix, attorney and counselor at law. Contingent attorney fees refers only to those fees charged by attorneys for their legal services. Such fees are not permitted in all types of cases. Court costs and other additional expenses of legal action usually must be paid by the client. No fee unless you win or collect. Contingent fees are not permitted in all types of cases. This has been brought to you by the law firm of Nix & Associates, LLC, attorney LaRonda R. Nix. Office is located at 323 Pine Avenue, Suite 207, Albany, Georgia, 31701. Call me again for an appointment, 470-231-7719. That number again is 470-231-7719. Welcome back. I'm Miss Confederate, joined by my co-host here, Mr. C.C. Fetchit.
How you doing?
Now, we are about to recognize an important contribution of cooning in today's society. Women have been an important part of cooning today.
Yes.
They come from all walks of life. Some are former ghetto elites or ghetto lights.
Well, I think the term is Bulls Ghetto.
Well, some women are in politics. Some come from social media
Twitter
and
fingers.
entertainment. And some are, they've made equal contributions as the men in cooning contributions in our society.
Oh, well, how can we sum this up? They're great Americans.
They're great Americans.
Yes.
And our first nomination is for Miss Deneen Borelli and her husband, Dr. Borelli, and no room for you.
Freedom Works. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Steve. So you were blacklisted from the NAACP convention?
Absolutely. I've been blacklisted for a number of years, actually, because I've been trying to get the NAACP to come out and take a stand when black conservatives are criticized and targeted because of our views. All I want to do was talk about people empowering themselves, how they can be self-sufficient, not rely on others, not rely on government. But on the flip side, that's what the NAACP and the rest of the black liberal establishment does not want the black community to hear. They want blacks to be victims and to think that there's racism and that they can't get ahead, and really it's a lie.
So you guys wanted to go down and attend and perhaps speak, or at least have a table, and what were you told, Doctor?
Well, we work with Freedom Works, and we actually want to also be part of their exhibit hall. So we were willing to pay the nonprofit to have a booth there. They told us, and Deneen has in an email, there was no room for us. But clearly, when we went there, we took some shots. There was a lot of room. And since when does a nonprofit reject money?
Dr. Borelli, that's a funny one. Since when does a nonprofit reject money? Except maybe from you. Our next nomination goes to two sensational coons who rose up from the bottom levels of the sewer.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
And now they're here. Who knows what their agenda is? Shall we say their names? Diamond and Silk. We call this special selection Trump Groupie Coonin.
How great are they? How great are they? I turn on my television one night and I see these two on television. I say, they are the greatest. What is it? They became an internet sensation. I hope you've monetized a little bit. You want to do a little routine? Come on, go ahead.
Well, first of all, I'm glad that the media can see us and all. See him? There they go. There they go. I see him. I want everybody to know that we stand behind Donald J. Trump. Yes, we do, baby. Yes. We support Donald J. Trump. Yes. And we endorse Donald J. Trump. And this is going to be our next president of these United States. Yes. Yes. Oh. The silent majority has spoken, baby. Yes. We've spoken. Don't get it twisted. That's right. Come on and build that wall. Now listen, he gonna put that wall up. Yes, he is. He gonna build that wall. He gonna build it. And he gonna build it tall. He gonna build it tall. And it's gonna protect us all. He gonna protect us all. We don't want this country to fall, do we? No, we don't want it to fall. No. Build that wall, Donald J. Trump. Build that wall. Woo! Build it.
How good? How good? What people? What great people?
Oh my gosh. What a minstrel party.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh. That was just so
I know that was like so
funny.
wonderful to meet Trump in the flesh.
In the flesh. They were just groupies.
I bet that was the highlight of their life.
It surely was. And I bet you that they're on his payroll somehow. They're getting a nice Donald Trump check.
Okay.
I'm sure they are. Well, the next nominee, you know her, or you've seen her rather, sorry, in Clueless, and I don't know that she is. But we would like to call this selection a garden variety of Coon.
Why did you like Romney? I liked Romney because of his track record. You know, I'm a fiscal Republican. I thought he had a good plan for our economy.
What was his plan?
His plan? We have to make up our minds. Either we want to have segregation or integration. And if we don't want segregation, then we need to get rid of channels like BET and the BET Awards. There shouldn't be a Black History Month.
Demographics of the Academy apparently are secret, but for the most part, according to some investigation out in Hollywood, It's predominantly white males.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
Stacey Dash surely was clueless, huh? That was a knee slapper. Well, now to our fourth nominee. You may recognize her from The Celebrity Apprentice, where she worked tirelessly to get herself a job with Donald Trump. And though she never formally became an apprentice, somehow she cooned her way into the Office of Director of Communications for the Office of Public Liaison. Let's hear it for our fourth nominee, Omarosa.
So I am Director of Communications for the Office of Public Liaison. And really, we are the face, the coordination between the different groups that want to have a voice and to inform the policy that's happening with this administration. And so I'm honored to serve all of the different groups who want to engage with this administration. In fact, right now I'm planning our Black History Month program, and it's going to be extravagant.
Wow. Well, you say you're working on Black History Month, and one of your jobs during the campaign was to reach out to the African American community.
I was the Director of African American engagement for the Trump-Pence campaign.
Right, but 94% of Black women did not vote for Donald Trump. They voted for Hillary Clinton. And how do you respond to the criticism that Donald Trump doesn't really understand the Black community, doesn't really...
Well, let's put it in context.
Let me finish my question.
Well, how many questions? Because that's about 3 or 4.
The criticism has been that he's just using you for optics and that he doesn't really care about the Black community.
Okay, first of all, let's check out with Darlene, Morelli. Okay, first of all, if you are not wanted somewhere, why antagonize the situation? So you already know there was beef, you know, that they didn't publicly support the conservatives or they didn't support Black conservatives. And I don't think that that's necessarily true. I think that depending on what your views are and what you are actually doing in your community, you know, sort of makes a determination on whether or not you're going to get support from the caucus.
Yeah, they gonna show up anyway on their love and hip hop shit.
Oh, right? What episode was that? That was, who did that? But anyway, yeah, if you know that you're not wanted somewhere, then, you know, let it ride. Why go and try to pay for space at a convention where you're not wanted?
I feel you.
You're just trying to do a Mike Vince, okay? Because you already knew that you wasn't wanted. Okay, so, you know, sometimes it seems like with us African Americans, we use our white husbands or whatever power we have to sort of substantiate our presence and sort of to bolster our reputation amongst
she kind of rolled
a white audience.
She wrote a couple of Coon books, so maybe she already established.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I think that don't try to make it seem like we're in a colorblind society. Don't try to make it seem like racism does not exist.
Yeah, you know, she just want attention. But on to
the two, honey,
Silk and Diamond.
So Diamond and Silk.
Nah, how mid-aged women got scripper names.
Right, that's what I thought. Honey, because if you see them, okay, so from what I understand, they was...
Who you know 55 named Diamond? I know Earlene.
Uh-huh. But not no Diamond, huh?
Not at 55.
Silk. That sound like Zero. Zero be like, is that your real name? Is that a grown-up name?
No, imagine going to church and she the usher. You like, Silk. Check this out.
I can't imagine them as Diamond and Silk, child.
Man.
Okay, so they was at the U.S. Department of Commerce back in August, getting advice from Donald Trump on how to bring their opinions about him to an even larger audience of Americans. Let's get this straight. It's not a larger audience of Americans. It's a larger audience of us because they have a specific type of audience. You can even tell, you know, do your routine. He told them to do their routine. And
build it tall.
And he gonna protect us all.
Oh, you know what? That might have been what Eminem was saying.
What?
You remember when he was BET Awards?
Yeah, when he was rapping.
Did he say they're gonna build that wall? They're gonna build it, imitating them. Oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah. So the Department of Commerce tweeted out that Diamond and Silk, who campaigned for Trump during the 2016 election, was meeting with his Minority Business Development Agency to discuss how to grow their business and build their brand. All money ain't good money. What Trick Daddy say? Blood, drug money got blood on it, just a little residue. I'm telling you.
I put the hood on it.
Child, I'm sorry. So, yeah, they basically are getting support.
Stacey Dash is like really clueless. Like maybe I'm trying to think, what major movie was she?
Just Clueless, as far as I can remember.
From what I hear, she always lose her job anyway, so maybe she need to be a Democrat.
Now, I know she got fired from, I think, Single Ladies, from Fox News. Dame Dash and
Oh yeah, she was on Single Lady.
Yeah.
What was Single Lady?
A show about a whole bunch of women, I guess, who, I don't know, I didn't watch it.
It was a black version of
Sex in the City, I guess, to sum it up. But anyway, and Omarosa, I don't know who you think is going to win.
I don't know.
I don't know. But I know Omarosa, I think is worse when you struggle. She went to HBCU. You know, you have a platform to really do some things that are, you know, different and transformative, and you just backing wrong.
But you know, saying HBCU, you know, it's a lot of situations going on with that. So I ain't gonna, you know, that's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
Because the one in our town, it seemed like it's being washed, just a little bit washed. They scrubbing it, huh? Yeah. Well, she went to Howard University, exceptional college. Yes. You know, exceptional, produce exceptional minds, but somewhere along the way, you know, them dollar signs will sort of fool you. You know, put webs over your eyes, because I don't understand, you know, TV trying to sell out when you know cornbread is your cousin, and when you know Donald Trump don't give a damn about cornbread. Or what happened to your grandmama knowing her benefits finna get terminated. He don't give a damn about them. And you just, you know, with the coonery and buffoonery on a live platform. It's just a shame. Well, let's go back to the show.
Yes. And the winner is Omarosa.
First and foremost, let me just tell you a little bit about myself, and then you can understand how I got where I am. I grew up in Youngstown, Ohio, in the Westlake Projects, a housing project. So I am the embodiment of the American dream. I grew up on welfare, on Section 8 housing. My father was killed when I was 7 years old. I went to public schools. I went to Central of Ohio, got to Howard University, and started to work in politics. So I earned my way to sit in the White House. No one gave me anything, okay? You all know him as the president. I know him as a friend.
Oh my gosh, in today's society, men play an important role in cooning.
Very important role.
There are more coons than you know, but these are the most important coons. We're recognizing these coons tonight for their outstanding work across the board. It's not easy being a coon, but we all can aspire.
Here are our nominees for Best Male Coon.
The first nominee is Jason Whitlock, cooning for the herd.
And what I think Charlamagne being irresponsible, being caught up in this social media era that we're in, where we try to exploit and sensationalize anything and everybody. And everybody's just fodder to be exploited and demonized. And there was an over-the-top demonization and a completely inappropriate demonization of you and your interaction with LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball was inappropriate. I don't think he was so classically inappropriate he needs to be thrown in jail, banned from television or anything like that. But I do think he was dismissive, condescending, came off sexist. And then I could understand why you, in that moment, being treated that way, thought like, hey, man, you threatening me? I totally get it. For Charlamagne the God to use his platform, the most powerful urban hip hop station in America with a huge following. And I think Charlamagne being irresponsible, being caught up in this social media era that we're in, where we try to exploit and sensationalize anything and everybody. And everybody's just fodder to be exploited and demonized. And there was an over-the-top demonization and a completely inappropriate demonization of you and your interaction with LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball was inappropriate. I don't think he was so classically inappropriate he needs to be thrown in jail, banned from television or anything like that. But I do think he was dismissive, condescending, came off sexist. And then I could understand why you, in that moment, being treated that way, thought like, hey, man, you threatening me? I totally get it. Voted American Pharaoh Sports Person of the Year.
Yeah.
The magazine gave the award to Serena Williams properly.
Because she's a human.
But the LA Times just asked the question via Twitter, should Serena Williams be the Sports Person of the Year over American Pharaoh? And they ran Serena's picture at American Pharaoh. And people said, oh my God, are you comparing Serena to a horse? And the next thing you know, the LA Times is apologizing. And I'm like, this is a joke. First of all, there's nothing to apologize for. They were asking a question like, do readers really think that this horse should be Sports Person of the Year over American Pharaoh? And so they were kind of asking the question sarcastically and appropriately. Is this really what you think? Is Serena so despised or so people disrespect her accomplishment so much that we're going to give this award to a horse? But some people thought, oh, it's just crazy. How can you put a picture of a horse and Serena next to each other? And I just think it's a joke. It's like we want to turn Serena into this victim all the time. Her whole narrative is framed in victimhood.
She made more than every NFL player not named Peyton Manning last year in endorsements.
I understand that. Ron James, he allegedly had the N-word spray painted on his $20 million Brentwood home. He wasn't there. His family wasn't there. He heard about it. He's on stage. Oh, my family's safe. From what? Spray paint? They're in Cleveland. Again, I don't want... Racism is an issue in America, but it is primarily an issue for the poor.
The next nominee is Sheriff Clark, Coon and Cowboy.
Sheriff Clark, we'll start with you. Anything I'm saying here that's wrong?
No, it's spot on, Sean. You know, the liberal media couldn't control themselves. They couldn't resist the opportunity to somehow turn this on President Trump. I was proud of the original statement. He knows, the president, you have to be measured, you have to be calm, you want to calm the waters, you want to be thoughtful in your initial statement because it's early on and you don't have all the facts and you don't want to speak out of hand. Then over the weekend, as he learned more facts, he came out today and reiterated what he said and even some more forceful terms. I was proud of the way he handled that. But again, you know, they took this ugly situation. There's no winners in Charlottesville. It was hate versus hate.
Sheriff, to weigh in. Sheriff, your reaction to some of the sentiment you heard on the streets on Saturday.
Well, it's just crazy talk. That's ignorance in its purest form. You know, I think we need to rethink this strategy. I don't know why the police even bother policing those demonstrations. They're not protests. Those people advocate for the overthrow of our legally constituted government. What I would do is let them fend for them. Let them fend for themselves. Let the good law-abiding people of New York clash with them for disrupting their lives, disrupting their businesses. Then the police can show up and arrest these subhuman creeps for creating a disturbance. That we can do.
Go ahead.
Well, first of all, there is no police brutality in America. We ended that back in the 60s. So I don't know where they're coming from. You look at the data and the research, and there's a new Harvard study out that shows that there is no racism in the hearts of police officers. They go about their daily duty, if you will, to keep communities safe. The President of the United States knows better. He's playing the race game. He's playing race politics. Shame on him. He's been very divisive for this country. He has been a nightmare, and I cannot wait until January of 2017 so that America's nightmare can be over.
The next nominee is Paris Denard, the collegiate Coon.
I just don't know about him. So Paris, that's the candidate for president of the United States claiming he not only doesn't know anything about David Duke, but doesn't know anything about white supremacists.
Right, and so if we're going to talk about facts, Anderson, we can play what he said in March of 2016, a few days later, when he disavowed David Duke.
Right, but why does it take, however many days for somebody to just disavow a known racist who everybody knows who David Duke is. The guy who's running for president certainly knows who David Duke is.
Well, I mean, look, not everybody knows. Not everybody knows who David Duke is. President Trump.
He doesn't know what white supremacists are.
Anderson, I'm not. Listen, I didn't come on the show to go back and to talk about whether or not he knew someone or what he did not know.
You brought it up though. So
I didn't bring up the February. I brought up March, which you cared not show, when he did disavow David Duke and he did disavow the KKK. And then a couple days ago, he gave a strong, in my opinion, strong words saying that those hatred, bigotry, and violence have no place in American society. And then today, he doubled down what he said a few days ago, and then went further and talked about white supremacy, neo-Nazis, and things of that nature, which are horrific. That's what the president did.
Okay, but so, Dr. West, I mean, the president who has criticized many people by name, but Dr. West, the president,
let's
go ahead.
Let's be honest, though. I mean, Brother Parrish, you got checkmated by Brother Anderson. You know the president was lying. He knows about David Duke. He knows about white supremacy. He's been in America for a good while. You got to defend him in order to keep your job. We understand that, but let's try to focus on truth for a second.
No, Brother West.
Let's try to focus on what is the case for a second here, my brother. Come on, man. People have died. I knew Sister Heather. She was with us. If it were not for her and the anarchists, the neo-fascists would have crushed us like cockroaches on Saturday. This is life and death, man. This ain't no game we playing. This ain't no puzzle for people to keep their jobs. There's human beings out here who are suffering, and we got a neo-fascist movement escalating. And if we can't focus on the truth, then we just give up on the American project and be honest and say we just want to keep our jobs. Well, I'm not into that, though, brother. I wasn't raised like that, man. I believe in the truth. I believe in justice, whether it goes against me or for me. You're going to be honest or you're not going to be honest. The president's going to be honest or he's not going to be honest. Anderson trying to keep you accountable. We got to keep each other accountable. That's where I'm coming from, brother.
Dr. West, my brother, please don't insinuate that I wasn't raised correctly, and please don't insinuate when you don't have the facts about who employs me.
If you're lying, if you're going to lie for the president, the president's lying, man. He's lying.
I am not employed, Dr. West. I'm not employed by Donald Trump. I'm not employed by the White House. They do not employ me or pay my check.
Why you defend the liar in general?
I'm not defending a liar.
Why you got to defend a liar, man?
I'm not defending a liar,
man. He's lying when he said he didn't know about David Duke.
Well, I don't know that to be true. All I'm saying is, you want to talk about facts. Last Thursday, I
asked him, man. You know him better than I do.
That's very true.
Come on, brother.
And you knew President Obama very well, and you knew that after Charleston.
That's right. And I told the truth about Obama.
You sure did.
I told the truth about Obama.
You sure did.
I told the truth about Negroes on the Obama plantation. I tell the truth about Negroes on the Trump plantation. The truth cuts a number of different ways, my brother.
And all I would say is, when you want to talk about truth, the truth is, last Thursday, ICE talked about the fact that they prosecuted the largest number of white supremacists in history. I think it was 89 members of violent white supremacist gangs were convicted, totaling more than 1,070 years in prison. These are positive steps. So words do matter, but actions matter even more. And I am proud to see that this government and this administration is moving forward and doing these things. But as it relates to... No, go ahead.
No, go right ahead.
No,
what I'm saying is this. Because I believe the truth is bigger than all of us. But I believe this. From what I can see, the person that you are defending, Brother Donald Trump, he's got neo-fascist sensibilities, brother. He's complicitous with a lot of what's going on by fanning and fueling the scapegoating of these precious immigrants, these precious gays and lesbians and trans and bisexuals and black people and yellow people. He has been fueling this. We have evidence of this. But the truth is bigger than both of us. But let's just be honest, man. Much is at stake, man. This is not no corporate media game we playing here in order to pursue our careers. That's not what I'm into. And I pray God that's not what you are fundamentally into.
The law firm of Nix & Associates, LLC, is here to help you when you are in need.
Show you right.
I am here for your personal and premises injury needs. So what does this mean for you? If you were injured in a wreck, or injured on someone else's property and it was not your fault, or if you were fired or administered discipline by your government employee unjustly,
let go.
Or if you're in the need of business transaction needs and counseling or even advice, give me a call. And select 1983 cases include allegations of police brutality, misconduct, and certain criminal charges based on the severity and the nature of the alleged offense.
Very selective.
We are a regional firm with offices in Southwest Georgia and Atlanta. If you're outside of the state of Georgia, no worries.
Don't worry.
We have an extensive network of out-of-state attorneys standing by with the same passion and dedication.
Trying to go.
I am here, and we are here to serve you and stand as proud partners with our clients and community. So call 470-231-7719. The number again is 470-231-7719 for an appointment.
Brought to you by the Bella Attorneys Association.
The law firm of Nixon Associates. Progressive legal solutions on your side. De lege ferende. Forward-thinking action about the law. Go Attorney Nix. Go Bucks. Go Bulls. USF Bulls.
Okay, cut.
This commercial was brought to you by the law firm of Nixon Associates, LLC, attorney LaRonda R. Nix, attorney and counselor at law. Contingent attorney fees refers only to those fees charged by attorneys for their legal services. Such fees are not permitted in all types of cases. Court costs and other additional expenses of legal action usually must be paid by the client. No fee unless you win or collect. Contingent fees are not permitted in all types of cases. This has been brought to you by the law firm of Nix and Associates, LLC, attorney LaRonda R. Nix. Office is located at 323 Pine Avenue, Suite 207, Albany, Georgia, 31701. Call me again for an appointment, 470-231-7719. That number again is 470-231-7719.
Who do you think gonna win this?
I don't know. It's like, it's a toss-up.
The collegiate Coon?
Yeah, because he is, okay, first of all, let's just get this right. He is the director of communication for the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. It's a fund that provides scholarships and things to college and professional students, and he is the director of communications. What I don't understand is how it is that this guy represents the voice of a foundation premise on Thurgood Marshall. Like, Marshall's in the movies right now. He ain't seemed like he was no lame. It seemed like he was radical. And you have this guy here. I can just imagine what his strategic plan is. All they gonna do is go to be in the white folks' pocket, which makes us have strange fruit growing on our trees.
Pretty much.
You got to be independent and act independently. I mean, I'm not against lining up with white organizations, but what I'm saying is the interests have to be in line.
I'm just tired of them taking historic names and putting their face on them.
Oh yeah, because the board, the director of the board is a white guy.
What people need to do with all these Afrocentric and Afro-American organizations, see who's on the board of directors.
Yeah, you got to do your homework. See what their background is, what their beliefs are, and things of that sort. I don't know the guy who is the director.
I want to say 9 times out of 10, but 7 times out of 10, it's a white guy with the power in one of these Afro-American programs.
But see, what you don't know is if you go, is the president and CEO is Johnny C. Taylor. Johnny C. Taylor Jr. is a black guy, you know, but then when you dig a little bit, deeper, you start looking at the board, which the board is the one who make those decisions behind the scene. What is their agenda?
They know what the board is. They watch Empire.
Y'all know what the board is, huh? Y'all see the board of Empire. Yes. Snap for that.
So you got, all the faces out front, but at the end of the day, you got to go through that board.
Yep. And you got to, I'm not against the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. I'm not talking about, the only thing that I question is when you have this guy here and he's made some pretty outlandish statements, in front of white folks, getting out publicly, using his platform. You go to his Twitter feed now. It's just like,
They keep talking about Afro-Americans don't have jobs. It's some jobs should be guaranteed to Afro-American.
There is, even on the board of directors, the chairman of the board, his name is Jim Clifton.
Okay.
And Gary B. Bettman, Theodore Colbert, Robert
Bettman, that's not a...
Bettman, National Hockey League.
Oh my
Yeah,
Lord.
he's the commissioner for the National Hockey League. He's on the board.
Okay.
He's a voting member. Robert Engel, Wells Fargo Securities.
That's right.
He's a white guy. Managing director and head, investment banking and capital markets.
Okay.
Who else is it? Lieutenant General Arthur Gregg. He's retired from the U.S. Army. I think he may be black. Yes, he is. I don't know what his...
I don't know what kind of black that is. I can look at that picture.
Ooh, stop.
That posture.
Stop.
That's that. Let me stop.
He's a widower with 2 daughters, so you can't talk about him.
Now you trying to get me attacked.
Well, Craig Griffith, partner and executive committee member, Sidley Austin, LLP.
Oh, he go to a black barber?
Oh, stop. You stupid. Yeah, but, they got sprinkles, but the power positions, those with a lot of power, I'm sure, the voting members, the head honchos, you just got to do your research. And, again, with their choice to use this guy as a spokesman, I'm not really clear on, what they stand for.
See, the last two, they really don't need introduction.
Sheriff Clark Haney, the famous, what you call him, the Coon, what they call him on there, the Coon Cowboy.
Yeah, so we decided to record the Coon Awards while we're watching during the episode of Hoodlegal, so people can know who the other coons is. But these coons, they don't really need much
introduction. How about he says the Democratic Party, child?
Oh man,
Ooh,
not the Coon and Cowboy.
Yes.
David Clark, the Coon and Cowboy.
He frequently appears as a guest on Fox News, speaker of the 2016 Republican National Convention, but he just recently resigned as sheriff back in August 2017. But child, he is just so controversial. Milwaukee.
Wait, you know what? Y'all, let us know y'all stories of him being sheriff.
Oh, but check this out. This is the reason why he stepped down. One of the main reasons. So he allegedly plagiarized his thesis. Okay. He received a master's degree in security studies from the Naval Postgraduate School. And so in May 2017, CNN reported that he had plagiarized portions of the thesis he completed as part of the requirements for this degree, stating that in the thesis, Clark failed to properly attribute his sources at least 47 times.
Oh, wow.
So the thesis, Making U.S. Security and Privacy Rights Compatible, was found to have lifted material verbatim from several sources without proper citation. This showed me this man don't even know how to write.
Yeah, W.
But then you don't even know how to properly cite sources.
When he tried to do that?
2013.
Oh shit! They got that copyright thing. They just run your paper through that. They know everything. Man, come on.
But so he called the person a sleazebag who broke the story. But in July 2017, the NPS Dean of Students Commander Paul Roseman wrote that he concurred with the honor board code that Clark's thesis was in violation of the school's honor code, but that the violation was not a result of any intentional deception or misappropriation efforts. So basically, they instructed Clark to submit a revised thesis within 100 days, or NPS would initiate degree revocation.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So he had somebody else write it. He already up there now.
Child. So he said this. He received criticism for his statement on his podcast. Let me tell you why blacks sell drugs and involve themselves in criminal behavior instead of a more socially acceptable lifestyle. Because they're uneducated, bitch. You're uneducated. You don't know how to properly cite your sources, honey. I know a couple of killers in the hood who can.
I know how to cite my sources, nigga.
So you need
and
to
I'm the hood version of
they're lazy and they're morally bankrupt. That's why. I just don't understand this.
Morally bankrupt.
It's just such they're just blatant hypocrites.
Morally bankrupt. You're a messed up person if you're morally bankrupt.
Yep. And he called Lamont Hill a jiggable.
But look, this one I want to know: how can you be morally bankrupt?
Mm-hmm.
You can morally have insufficient funds, but be bankrupt. All these people bankrupt with money. So do you still have morals, or you just approaching it as a bankruptcy?
What? What you said? What?
I'm saying I just don't understand how that fit.
Morally bankrupt.
Does that mean you have no morals?
You don't have any morals. So if you had them, then you went bankrupt for some reason. Ooh, morally bankrupt. I guess it could really mean a couple of things for those thinkers out there.
But if you bankrupt, that don't mean that you don't have no morals. That means you're just claiming that you don't have no morals.
No, this is what someone said about him.
No, but I'm just saying the whole thought of being morally bankrupt.
Okay.
No?
I don't know.
Okay. But Jason Whitlock.
Chips.
Oh man.
What can we say about Daddy O Chips?
Oh man.
I don't know. Look, I just knew that he was gonna be on this show if, I just knew they were gonna throw out Jason Whitlock's name.
Yeah.
Because what can you say? I'll let you handle Jason Whitlock, sir, because I know
Jason Whitlock is an old Kansas City chief reporter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I can say about him. Other
with
than
this hat,
he's
what
cool.
he looking like right here?
He's looking like a big version of Dick Tracy.
Oh, so he co-hosts the daily sports TV show Speak for Yourself with Colin Cowherd on Fox Sports 1. Former sports writer for ESPN, former columnist at the Kansas City Star, and he's a radio personality.
Yeah, he got famous by saying that another writer's book was bullshit and yellow trash.
What you mean?
Well, don't quote me on that.
Who? Robert Scoop Jackson?
Yeah, Robert Scoop Jackson.
Oh, he called him a clown, saying that the publishing of his fake ghetto posturing is an insult to black intelligence.
Yes, and that was another writer for ESPN.
Okay, so Jason is African American.
Yeah, and that was another Afro-American. That was his claim to fame.
Okay, I get it, because I didn't know how he came up.
Well, that's the claim of his Coon fame.
So he did a crab approach, crabs in a barrel. He just went and publicly...
Yeah, he just like... Well, I'll probably never have a date, so I'm just going to talk about everybody who could get a date.
And defend the woman who I want to have dates with.
Yes, it was like King Kong, actually.
Oh, yes, it was King Kong, actually.
Christian Leahy. I like to call her Princess Leia.
Oh my gosh. They just went and they talked so bad about me, and he told me to stay in my own lane.
He couldn't do nothing. He couldn't do nothing with LeVar Ball, because LeVar Ball was
a nigga.
But now he was a big boy with a little bit more swag. So he was see, just because you're a big boy don't mean you can't have no swag. So LeVar had a little bit more swag than him, so he mad at that.
He a big boy that work out. This boy don't hit the gym. Yeah. At all. But anyway, let's not talk about his physical attributes or fat shame him.
Even though he fat shamed Serena.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so okay, that's an open door policy. If you start talking about other people, if you ugly yourself, if you fat, you start calling out other people.
So
that's
we
open
can fat
door.
shame him.
Yeah.
Well, we're not against obese people.
No. But if you start,
but we are
calling out
disgusting obese people with bad attitudes.
And who tries to, like, you could fat shame Donald Trump with all that belly, because if you fat shame or you whatever shade, gay shame, whatever the hell, then it's an open door.
That's just like Serena, like she's nowhere near fat.
She ain't even a threat. She's so sweet.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's like the Kool-Aid man busting out the damn wall like, oh, your jeans just got tight. Like, I don't understand that.
Oh, so who you think is gonna win, child?
It gotta be Jason Whitlock, in my opinion.
Did he come up from poverty? Did he have to struggle? Because when you struggled and you had to claw your way up out of poverty, and you just, to me, it's a principle. I don't know.
He say he did, but
who knows, huh?
All of them claim. You know what? That's the Coon pledge. They gonna say we was poor. They gonna find like a story somewhere. You know what I mean?
Well, some of them, they don't. What? I don't even know how poverty smells like. What do you mean? You know, for us bourgeois. Because not all of us was born poor now.
Shit, he said he couldn't eat ramen noodles like that.
Okay.
Fuck that. I got a Coon give me some.
Look,
real buffet.
what my client said, the little 18-year-old girl, she said, oh my gosh, am I going to have to see the man with the robe? When she had court.
Yeah.
She ain't never, she never, and she was just as innocent as could be.
Yeah.
You know, never had a ramen noodle probably before in life, but, you know, so we got diverse.
Mm-hmm.
But still, don't get diverse and then move on up and just coon your way to your celebrity. That's just...
Yeah, don't coon.
That's lame. That's off-brand.
Like, don't coon people. If they see you, they will beat you up. Like, you're not in a physical shape to take on anybody.
You talking about Jason?
Yes, that you coon.
Yeah.
Like, LeBron see you somewhere? No, you know LeBron.
LeBron ain't gonna...
He keep it classy, though. But if LeBron had, like, a twin brother that y'all didn't know about...
Yeah.
Fuck, goddamn Jason.
Let them talk about the wrong one and they catch him after one of them awards show. Let them talk about the wrong one.
Yeah, I'll let him.
Let them talk about the wrong one. But anyway, let's see who wins. This was a very, very close call.
Too close.
Too close. Too close.
Not really.
But the people chose. The people have spoken. And the people have decided that the winner of this prestigious award is Jason Whitlock, Coon to the herd.
I don't think he can comment on anything but snacks. 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 I don't think he can comment on anything but snacks. Snacks.
That's a little harsh.
It's gonna be harsh. I would never wear a big baller shirt. You are a hater.
I get when I was a young person, some people called me a bad name, the N-word, whatever. It hurt my feelings. But stop me from rising? Hell no. Racism is an issue in America. But it is primarily an issue for the poor.
Coming up tonight at 11 o'clock, some people are not happy about the Coon Awards, and we have some protesters outside who are protesting this event. That ain't right. How do you have some Coon Awards? What the? That don't make no sense. They honoring Coons? Man, you don't have to cash me outside for real. I can't even believe that shit. That's so ignorant. The Coon Awards. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Okay, calm down.
Are you? I just don't get it. Don't tell me to move down. Talking about a Coon Award, nigga. You a Coon? You a Coon? You a Coon? Hell nah. All this and more coming up tonight at 11 o'clock on the HL Network. Welcome back to our lovely show. As we wrap up the night, we would love to honor the Coons who were...
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions, yes. They're well deserving of honorable mentions. So, tonight, we salute Ben Carson. Tonight, we salute Justice Clarence Thomas. Tonight, we salute Hazel E. and other similarly positioned entertainers that allow the corporate owners of these cable channels to have their way with your image, just so that you can earn a profit on their plantation.
Keep up the good work.
We acknowledge you tonight. Well, that's it.
It's been wonderful.
I am your co-host, Miss Dixie Confederate.
And I am CC Fetching.
Enjoy your night and happy coon hunting.
Okay.
So, in closing, we learned that coon is a historically offensive term which is used to describe a black person that 9 times out of 10 understands the plights of our people, the plights of the struggle in our hoods and in society, but they dismiss these plights as minor or our fault or self-inflicted. And not only are they dismissive, they do it on a public platform or even social media. And they do it in order to gain notoriety, money, or increase their following. They try to attract members of the white community, coupled with committing acts of malfeasance, misfeasance, or nonfeasance in their marginalized communities in which they complain about. So in other words, they're committing acts or failing to act within the hood, yet they're complaining about the people and the conditions in the hood publicly into the white ear in order to pad their pocket or gain acceptance within white society. Why is this dangerous? Well, under this current administration and even prior administrations, Black wealth and our socioeconomic conditions have worsened. Violence in our community, police brutality and misconduct among Black folks, education, housing, all systems in which a community needs to survive are at threat. It is dangerous for those to align themselves with the principle and stance that they must dismiss these socioeconomic plights in their community while the spotlight is on them. The principle of cooning, as you can see, is seeping into our traditionally and historically Black institutions, hence Perry Denard, and feeding young minds lies about themselves and their history. We must be aware of who we are aligning ourselves with and their firmly held beliefs, and compare it to their actions, and compare it to the work in the marginalized community. These acts are more egregious when the coon, him or herself, has actually had to rise up out of poverty on the backs, principles, and policies of what they now disaffirm. You don't have a right to call anyone out unless you are doing the work in your community. From Hoodlegal, I'm Miss Justice.
And I'm GP.
We want to give shout outs to Willie D from the Ghetto Boys, who is the coon extraordinaire, for lending his knowledge and wisdom on this subject. Cronus Paxson on YouTube, with the Look at the Coons theme song.
Yeah, that should go platinum.
Yeah, right.
Let's make that go viral.
Yes, that's awesome. And Maurice Spears for the LeVar Ball Snacks remix. And you can also check them out on YouTube. And of course, a special thank you to all our nominees for shining your light on a public forum so that we can comment. And a special disclaimer, the Coon Awards are fictitious reenactments and events for entertainment and educational purposes only.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.